What quilter doesn't love bringing home new fabric? Oh my goodness, it's so exciting to see the colors, the prints, and deciding what we're going to make with it. And then sometimes, like in this case, when I couldn't find what I need locally, I ordered it online. So I know what's coming, but I haven't seen it, I haven't touched it, I haven't looked at it. And it's so exciting to get that box in the mail. Well, this is that for me, and I am so excited to show this to you. I'm Lea Louise from Inspired Quilting by Lea Louise, and I have some gorgeous fabric I want to share. Some that I ordered, and then another one is my fabric of the month. So I'm excited about showing you that too, because that's a whole new color series that Quilts-Batiks did. So I have some plans. I have some quilts that I want to make, and I'm anxious to get started. Now that I have the fabric, I can get going. But I know it's fun to share fabric, and when I get new fabric, you know, my husband doesn't really get too excited about it. So I need to share it with somebody, and I hope you're going to enjoy sharing this with me. Thanks for indulging me. Thanks for being here, and I really appreciate you following along. So let me get started. I'm ready to open the box. Not only did I get one package, but I got two. So we're going to do this last just because this is the new Hoffman color series that they put out this month. And what I want to do, oh, I don't even need scissors. Well, maybe I do. I get my junk drawer scissors out so I don't dull my good scissors. And I have some intentions specifically for these fabrics. Some of them are for a specific project, but others are just because they're so darn pretty. Now this one you'll recognize. I just used this in the eight-pointed star in the low volume, and it was a star quilt that alternated with a 9-patch. It's the video that we did right before this, and it turned out so fabulous that I wanted to make a larger quilt, because the one I did was a lap size, and I didn't have enough to do everything I wanted. So, whoops, sorry, I hit the camera, I got excited. And so what I did was order another set of the fat quarters, and just look at these. I mean, the colors are wonderful, and I'm really loving low volume. Low volume's a great springtime quilt, and they're so pretty, they're light, they're airy, and it's just you know, a very comfortable looking series of colors. I love the blues and the greens, but the white background really makes them stand out. Like I said, most of these are all low volume, and they're perfect for the quilt. It's actually the quilt hanging behind me in the introduction for this video. So that is awesome. Now, a couple of these darker colors I'm probably not going to use at this time for this quilt, but I love the prints, and I can see myself using these for some other options. But just look at these. You know, every time I think, oh, I have enough batiks, and you know, I've been getting the Hoffman batiks for a long time, and time to switch it up. Well, I just can't do it, because every month I get something so wonderful that I just absolutely love. And this was my last month. I haven't even opened what I have this month, so that's going to be exciting. Now this one, so the Fat Quarter Shop batiks that I get here, what this is Hoffman chooses some of their most popular batik patterns, their fabrics that are particularly popular, and then they introduce them and reprint them in an entirely different color series and group it together. And it's really fun, because these are generally prints that have been very popular in the past, and so now we're getting them in new colors, and I love that. Now, they are not the only ones who do that, because Art Gallery Fabric also does the same thing. And this is their collection called Vert, V-E-R-T, which means green. And in that low volume quilt that I just made with the stars, that I'm going to use the Sand and Skies, I think I mentioned that. This is called the Sand and Skies. But I used some of this fabric that I had in with it. and it worked beautifully. And so I wanted to get a collection of this. I've had a collection from a couple years ago called Ballerina. It's sort of a pinky peach that's absolutely stunning. And that's another quilt coming up in the near future, and it's also going to have a lot of low volume. But this, I just love the low volume prints in here. I'm going to hold it up close so that you can hopefully see it. Let me fold these back a bit. I'm going to do it this way so that you can see just what we have. So this is more of the solid green, but this, I would still consider this low volume because and low volume, remember, is low value. That means the intensity of the color itself is low. It's not a boldly saturated color. It's almost a pastel, and that's why they work so well together. And of course, these have all some really nice creamy colors. This is the yardage I had bought of this one here, and I really like it. That's what's in the quilt, so I thought buying some more would be fun. And then it's fun to have some graphics, you know, some geometric prints in there. And look at these stacked colors. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. And of course, little flowers. Flowers are my favorite. And we have some more flowers. These look like dandelions with the little bits of the seeds blowing away in the wind. And I love the sketched flowers. Oh my goodness. I've got these kinds of prints in a number of colors, and black and white is really fun to work with, but I love this green one, so I'm excited to use that. And this is a much larger print, but this will be a lot of fun used in a quilt because you have these larger pieces and then the dots and the background, so it's going to create a lot of interest. And then this is just too darn pretty. It's predominantly a two-tone. It has, well, I don't know, I'm already seeing like 5 colors. So we have the real light green here, more of a turquoise, and then more of a darker green. And we actually get into some like tannish sort of colors in there. And it works beautifully. So this is going to work well in a quilt. This one, I don't necessarily have a plan exactly for, other than I already had a piece of this and I really liked it. So I wanted to get a collection of fat quarters to work together with. So there's that one. Okay, here's another one. Yes, maybe I went a little crazy. I don't know. But it was just too fun to pass up. This is another one by Art Gallery Fabrics, who did the last one, the Vert. And this is called Capsules. And this is a low volume. Here, I can't really turn this over easily. This is a group of fabrics. It's called Capsules. So it's in the beige family, which is nice. And low volume is predominantly your whites and creams, beige and tan, grays. Any of those colors are considered your low volume. But then a lot of low volumes will incorporate colors as well. The idea being is that the colors are subtle and they're not the dominant feature. The background, the low volume background of the fabric is the dominant feature. Oh, here we go. Look at, I love my sort of illustration sketch line drawings. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All kinds of, look at the lilies here. And looks like the stargazer lily. Oh, I used to have a garden full of those, and maybe even a daffodil or two. Those are pretty. And some fun geometrics. This just really makes an interesting quilt when you mix all these together. So you have organic lines, and then you have these geometrics, and some are curved, and they're not equal. They're weighted lines. Some are thinner, some are heavier, and it just creates so much interest, and it's a lot of fun to put in your quilt. And again, here, this is the stacked lines, which is a lot of fun. And of course, we have to have some posies. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. This is going to be fun to work with, and what's great is this is going to go with any color. So any color I choose to incorporate with it will be perfect. And the text I really like. I'm more fond of the script than the print. But it depends on the print. It just sort of, you know, sometimes I do like the prints very well, but there are some that are, I don't know, just a little too stark maybe for me, but I do love the script. This is quite pretty. Oh, and we have some grasses here that look really pretty. Oh, those are nice. And we've got it in shade. So we have sort of a basic tannish color here, a darker with brown, a lighter that, you know, takes some of the colors out, as well as a gray. So that's going to be pretty. And just a fun geometric. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just a little, like a 60-degree triangle there. Looking really pretty. Oh, and that's them. So that's this group of fabrics. So there'll be some fun with that. And I'm going to save that for last, because that's a fun thing that I just learned about. And what do we have here? This is, oh, Morning Mist. I love this. I saw a Hoffman Batik collection years ago that I bought in a charm pack. And it was blues with tans. And it was just so pretty. Now, this is 18 pieces. You know what? I think we need to open it. What do you think? I want to look at these because I know they're going to be gorgeous. So let's just spread this out a little. So we have our blue. Now, these are going to be blues and grays with a bit of brown in them. So you can see we've got some grays. This has not so much brown showing up yet, but it'll be coming. So this is a bit lighter, and this has more emphasis on the blue. And so we just go through different patterns. You know, this is like a lily in a pond, and these are some stemmed leaves. So it's a lot of the similar color, but what I like is the different in pattern. This is particularly light. This is a wider print that covers a larger area, where these are smaller pieces. So these all work really well together. And then this is much lighter, and you get into a whole different look of this particular pattern here. And we're starting to get into the more organic, florally kind of bits. Now, this one is bringing in some of the browns with the blue and the gray. And so that's where this is going. And I'm telling you, these are beautiful. I don't remember the quilt that I did with these. I have to find it so I can show you. But it was just so pretty. Oh, and look at that. This one has some lime green in there. I love that. Wow. Look at these colors. I have to kind of scooch them over here a bit. There's a lot of fabric. And so here's a duplicate print. This is the same as this one here, but this is all blue, where this brings in some browns and tans in the background. And oh, this one is green. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And wouldn't these green ones would work well? But you know what? So wouldn't these tan ones. Where's the, there we go. There's the different pieces there. So you see how you can really mix a lot of these colors together, even though it's a particular color line. You know, I'm not a purist in that everything has to be matchy-matchy. It all has to be by the same manufacturer or the same collection, or, you know, I go by colors. I even used to be to the point where I would only put batiks with batiks. Oh, goodness, I was, you know, really hung up on that. And then I've just decided I just love the look of the fabrics together. They're wonderful. And it really doesn't matter. And I have to admit, there was a time when the batiks were a step apart, but a lot of the companies have stepped up their quality of fabrics. And particularly, I think why the batiks were so popular is it's a heavier weight fabric, and it needed to be to endure and survive the batik process, because that's pretty much a big deal. But so look, if I take even this color group and put it in here, you know, you get some low volumes. You can put any color that you want in there. Tell you what, before we do this bottom one, let's open this other Batik pack that I have. And it's in here. Okay, this one is called Candy Skies. Oh, look at that pretty fuchsia. Oh, I like that. So, you know, this combined with those blues would be pretty. So I like the idea of, let's see, I think the best way is to fold it this way. And then we can kind of see just what we have here. There we go. But, you know, these colors would work really well because we have all these different blues. And, you know, the fuchsia brings in some great color that would add a lot of interest. And just look at these. Oh, my goodness, they're wonderful. This is pretty. I like these kind of prints. There's a number of different prints that Hoffman does in their batiks. Similar but different, you know, the overlay of the flowers and the leaves, and I just think they're stunning. And oh, these are some good ones. Look at that. Oh, fun, fun. So this is the brand new one, and every month, you know, they've got a different color series that comes out, a different collection, and there's a number of different prints, and they just use the different colors for that particular month, and they're wonderful to work with. I like that it's a great coordinated color line, so they work well together, but you can also bring so much more into it. So this is really fun. That's going to be great. But if you remember, we did a quilt called Plenum. It's a free pattern from the Art Gallery Fabrics. Oh my goodness. And I'll go ahead and include the link again because it's a free pattern, and I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was the No Ways Flying Geese, and it just turned out absolutely stunning. And I loved how it went together, and I'm trying to remember just how it worked. So the geese was the color, and then the background was some low volume fabric. And what really was fascinating to me on that particular pattern is when you download it, again, it's a free download from Art Gallery Fabrics, is it has multiple pages. So you've got the front cover with the picture with the collection of fabric it's made with. But they have all these different fabric collections. I've seen these boxes before, but I never completely understood what they were. And, you know, I can read it, but I'm a touch and feel, and I need to see what's inside. And so when we got that free download, that pattern, inside the pattern was probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 different colorways you could do the quilt in. And it's all in their Color Master box. So what they have is a collection of, I think it's 6, right? 2, 4, of 6 different fabrics, all in a single colorway that works together. But notice what they do. They have some of the dark, deep tones. They have some abstract prints. They have white backgrounds. They have mixed colors. So if you were to make a quilt out of this, you have everything set. You have your focal prints, you have your darker accent colors, and then you have your lighter colors that you can use as a low volume or as a background. And let's see if we can open this. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There it goes. Oh, goodness, no, there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, my goodness, look at these. Aren't these wonderful? So in the pattern, it showed all these different Color Master series in different colors, and they're just stunning. And so I had to order one, and I don't have a lot of pinks, and I thought this would be perfect to add to the collection. So this is the fabric I got. So let me go ahead and open some of these up. Give me just a minute. Well, you probably know off the bat, I'm going to love the prints. the florals. I love the florals. Now this is a great background. Oh, that's open. Didn't think it would fall through. And this is a fun small print that works out really well. See, these are kind of some background pieces you can use as accents. This is pretty. I like this. And I like that it brings in a little bit of extra color. Like this has some teal in here. This brings in a lot of green, which is really pretty. And here we have some pink and rose. Ooh, and a solid. That's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have a solid to put in there as a nice accent. But look at this one. Oh my goodness. These are so pretty. And now, where this one brings in green and some aqua, we have some yellow in here, a little bit of turquoise, some more of that aqua. But I like the yellow and green in here, and actually a bit of orange. Oh, and look at this. Oh, isn't that pretty? I don't know how to say the word. Is it damask or damask? I don't know. But you know where the pattern, this isn't exactly that, but it's made to look like that, where the weave of the fabric is created so that the design is woven in versus printed. D-A-M-A-S-K. I don't know how to say it. I can look it up and figure it out. But I've always loved it. And this makes me think of that. Yeah, I guess you can see that in the camera, where there's some lights and some darks. And oh my goodness, that's just really pretty. And of course, a fun print. You have to have a fun geometric in there. So just look. So we've got 10. I bought a half-yard pack. They come in quarters. They may even come in eighths, but I know they come in quarter yards, half yards, and 1 yard pieces. And I bought the half yard because I wanted to have enough to make whatever I'm going to make. And so this is 5 yards of fabric, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited. Like I said, I haven't used the Color Master boxes before, and this won't be the last time, I can tell you that. These colors are gorgeous, because when I went through that pattern, I saw so many that I liked. It was hard to pick one. So there we are. I have a bunch of new fabric to play with. I have some quilting ideas. I'm going to make the star quilt bigger. That's my next big thing, the low volume star quilt. The link will be down below. I'll put some different links for some of this that I think you might find interesting, but I just wanted to share it with you. I love looking at fabric for the first time, and it's exciting to think about what we can do. And for me, it's about the color, it's about the pattern, how it all works together, what my options are. I love organic prints, I love overlays, and then have this geometric, and you know, it's just it just makes your quilt so interesting to mix it up that way. And when you have a professional put it together, such as the manufacturer of the fabric, you know they're going to put their best foot forward. And that's why I like the Hoffman Batiks too, because it's all their popular prints. And for me, it's a safe bet. I do have a quilt store in the local area, but it's on the smaller side, and they don't have the large supply of quilt fabrics. And I do try and shop there as much as I can, but I love to get, you know, when I can reach out and get some interesting pieces that I haven't seen before. So this is really exciting for me. I can't wait to get started. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you had fun seeing these fabrics, and we're going to see some quilts with these in the very near future, I'm sure. So you enjoy and go, you know, look online and see what kind of fabrics you like and get some ideas. You don't have to buy it, but it's a great way to find ideas. So you have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for being here. It's always a pleasure to share with you, and enjoy. I do hope you subscribe. Thanks so much.